Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Speedbreaker. Today I want to talk about complexity in games. But before I'm going to jump right into the discussion, I want to tell you what you're seeing in the background, which is actually some Battlefield 3 Rush on a Sadi Palace with the AN-94 burst fire, of course, and with no attachments, by the way. I played this without any attachments, and I do wreck. That's all I can tell you. Now, this whole topic kind of came up with the video that I uploaded about how broken Battlefield 4 was. I kind of showed off the bugs and glitches of this game, and I'm pretty sure most of you actually have seen this video. So somebody in the comment section asked me whether or not I think that Battlefield 4 was so complex that the game could never ever really work properly. And really, this got me thinking. I really sat down, thought, actually this guy's got a point. The game might actually be too complex to really work properly ever, even if they fix so many things. There's still going to be so many things that they cannot really influence anymore because the game's already out, and that they would have to kind of really rework the whole engine or stuff like that. Yeah, I think Battlefield 4 might be just a tad too complex to ever really run properly. And don't get me wrong, I really like a lot of things that they introduced into BF4. For example, I love that in the vehicle that you can choose between secondary weapons, countermeasures, as well as optics as the gunner, and upgrades as well as a paint job. And the gunner can actually choose between optics and an upgrade, so you can have a lot of things in your accessory slots in the vehicles, which I really enjoy, because in BF3 the amount of customization in vehicles was rather limited, and I think that they had to do something to make vehicles more appealing and more interesting, that you could kind of slap more things on there and have somewhat more variety in the gameplay. Also, of course, I like what they did to suppression. I like that there's no random scope sway in there. I like that they introduced a lot of new attachments, a lot of new gadgets that you can use. But there it kind of stops. It really kind of stops in the gadget slot. And I just kind of went through the customization options in BF4, and actually what I noticed was there's a whole bunch of things that you can change. For example, there are a total of 78 rifles to choose from. 14 assault rifle, 11 carbines, shotguns 9, DMR 8, PDW 12, LMG 12, as well as sniper rifle 12. That is a whole bunch of weapons to choose from, and I don't know any other game that you can choose from 78 different weapons. And I mean, it doesn't come as a surprise that a lot of these weapons just kind of feel the same, because I mean, try to balance 78 rifles in a game. That's pretty much impossible. You can never do that. The job is not possible. You can't do it. Now, also, I don't really believe that all the M320s and M26 are necessary for the assault class. There's 10 of these that you can equip, and with all the grenade spam and all the explosive stuff that's going on, I don't really think that there was the need to introduce actually more M320, for example, the 3GL that they introduced in the last patch. Now, also, I think it was pretty unnecessary to introduce 108 exclamation mark paint jobs for your guns. Of course, I like that you can actually choose between a couple of them, but 108? Really? I mean, of course, I guess it's not too hard to implement them, but you always have to think about all the time that went into making these details and all these attachments and all that stuff could have gone into testing. Of course, not the same department. I can't really tell that the graphics department who made all the paint jobs could invest more time into testing and stuff. That's kind of wonky, but they could use more people in the testing department rather than introducing new features and new paint jobs. That's what I'm trying to say here. They could I think they should have tried to distribute their workload a little bit differently and kind of focus more on testing and really making this game run smooth and right and correctly and bug-free, rather than introducing 108 paint jobs. That's like, oh well, I can slap on a duckweed paint job at my gun, but I can't really shoot it because it's bugged. And last but not least, 16 knives. Really? I mean, they don't even have individual animations to them. They just do always the same animation over and over again. Like, why introduce so much unnecessary customability when the core gameplay is lacking? They should have really focused more on bug fixing and really on testing the game rather than including 3 or 4 lock-on missiles. That's like, why are there so many lock-on anti-air missiles? And it's like, it's a lock-on fest, basically, BF4, and that's why I don't like going around in a vehicle, because in a matter of seconds, you're basically dead. Now, the reason why I'm showing you BF3 right here is that I think that BF3 made just the right amount of customization. I think in BF3, there was just enough to choose from. I think they had enough complexity in the game was so complex that it didn't get boring, but it wasn't as complex that they couldn't really fix it when it was broken. But of course I understand this is a very delicate discussion, and I know a lot of people like the customization. They like to choose from a lot of different things that actually do the same. For example, there's 4 suppressors. They all do the same. They keep you off the minimap, but they just have 4 suppressors in there because they can. Now what about the angle folding grip? They basically do exactly the same. Stubby potato grip, exactly the same. Vertical ergo grip, exactly the same. So in the end I feel like DICE just introduced a lot of unnecessary stuff into the game to make you feel like you could choose from a lot of different things, where in reality you could only choose between 2 things, and it just makes it look like you could choose between 4 things. But definitely tell me what you guys think. I want to kind of start a discussion in the comments below and try and want to see what you think. Do you think BF4 is too complex? Do you like BF3, or do you think BF3 was too dumbed down? Or simply, what's your opinion on the topic? But that was it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know it was kind of a different topic, it was kind of a discussion, but I really want to see what's your opinion on this topic. And make sure to leave a thumbs up, as it leaves me with a big thumbs up. Wait, what? Have a good one, and on to the next one. Cheers!